What's up everybody, Just Noel here today, and today we're going to be playing Firefighting Simulator, The Squad. Now a little fun fact about myself, I am actually a firefighter in the city that I live in right now. I've been there for about 3 years now, and before I was at my paid department that I'm at right now, I used to be a volunteer firefighter for 2 years. And so doing the math, that puts me in the fire service for about 5 years now. So been doing this for about 5 years now. It's been a blast. I loved every second of it. It's awesome. Now I've seen these kind of games come out, these firefighting simulator games, and I've always just been kind of hesitant to jump into them because I don't know how I'm going to react to them, considering, I see how it is on real life and then as opposed to being in a game. But I saw this one looked really good, so we're going to jump into it today and let's see how it goes. I've seen good reviews on this game, so I'm anticipating this to be a lot of fun, and I think there's going to be some real aspects to it, that are pulled from real life, but I do think I'm getting the hint that there might be a little bit of what I call like the cartoony feel to it, just because it is a video game. Oh, here we go.
Dispatch to Unit 1. The fire has spread to the roof of the house as well as an adjoining room. Backdraft potential in the area. Use extreme caution. A secondary unit is on site providing water coverage on the burning roof. Evacuation status of the house still unknown.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, this is a good one. So the seat that I'm sitting in right now.
Dispatch to Unit 1. Ladder truck is on scene and was assumed safety.
So the seat that this camera is putting me in is technically what they call the lieutenant seat. This is where the officer would sit.
Park in front of the building and be in the establishment.
Unit 1 to dispatch. Copy that. Parking in front.
Alright. Here we go, parking up front. There's a guy with a hose line right there. Ooh, got a ladder right here. Oh yeah, this is a good one. I want to start getting some water flowing on that ladder right there. Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Can you run? Can't run.
Someone's trapped in the bedroom. Get that person out of there.
Time to run. Alright, like the work. Okay, got the Halligan tool. Alright, breaching it. Pop! There goes the door. Victim.
Hey, I think you have to carry me. It broke my leg or something.
Time to get him out.
I heard this loud noise. I fell, and then I woke up on the floor. After
Oh yeah, just toting him around in one arm.
smoke everywhere.
Dropped him off with the med unit.
Phew, all good? Thanks. We'll take
There
it
we go.
from here. You can get back to
Victim's
looking
been
at
rescued.
fires and
Time
things
for me to get on a hose line. Alright. Get some of this fire out. Oh yeah, roaring fire like this would be, you would definitely have just about this amount of lines on the ground. This would be a big fire. And you would need a lot of guys, a lot of manpower to start knocking this fire back. Because there's a lot of danger potential in this fire, especially with this. Like, you have a car in here, with the car comes the fuel tank, and that gets heated up, that can blow, and that just poses even more of a danger. Try to move in here. Oh yeah, get it up into the ceiling a little bit. Yeah, this right here definitely wouldn't really want to be a interior fire, which essentially the interior, like it says in the name, you know, like you're pushing to the inside of the building. And with this, you know, a lot of the house is pretty much gone at this point. You know, we have the life saved. Any lives that were inside are now out and with the med unit. Right now it's just trying to get this fire under control. So you'd want to get, at least for real life, you'd want to get a 2.5-inch hose line down. So essentially what I mean by 2.5 is it's a larger diameter of a hose line that can push out a lot more water, as opposed to what I'm assuming what we're using right now is 1 3/4 inch, which is pretty much your standard hose line that you're going to use on a fire. There's that. Move it around this way. Hit this, hit that. Watch out back behind me. Can't really get that. Just start knocking this down. Oh yeah. So what would help, especially in this situation, like when you're fighting these fires, is we have something added into there's a second tank on each fire engine that's called a foam tank. And what the foam does is it essentially suffocates the fire. So what the foam will do is the foam tank will turn on, water turns on, and the foam tank will start to inject a certain percentage of foam in with the water, so that at the end of the hose line it comes out as water with the foam mixed in it. And that foam will lay down as almost like a foam blanket, and it'll essentially just suffocate the fire, cuts off the oxygen. Select your next mission. Alright. Already available to select. Alright, let's do the next mission. What do you say, folks? Home crafting. Let's do that guy. Let's start her up. Let's start this mission up. Mission where you can prepare for an emergency selecting a fire truck. Okay. What fire trucks do I got? The Rosenbauer TP3. Alright, I guess I'm doing this. I got Bill, Tom, and Jack. And then you got me. Okay, single player. Let's start this up. Let's do this. Alright, we're loading in. I'm probably going to do the first couple of missions, and then I'll do the other ones in another episode. And in another episode, I'll probably have someone else here with me, so that way you guys can see what it's like to play with another person in this game.
Dispatch to Unit 1. Copy that. Acknowledged. Unit 1 on route.
Oh. So, funny thing is, so at the fire department I work at here in my town, in my city, I'm actually a alternate driver operator. So essentially what that means is I have a promoted driver operator that drives the engine on pretty much every shift, but you know, if he calls in or if he's not able to come in that day, I get to essentially step up and be the driver for that day. And the driving that's happening right now would not happen in real life. Traffic is acting pretty much the same as it typically would. You know, people not really wanting to pull over. People don't typically pay attention to emergency vehicles. I will say this thing pretty much handles like an actual fire truck too. These things are absolute beasts to manage.
Dispatch team number
Ripping through vehicles here.
Fire has begun to spread. Evacuation status of the house is still unknown.
Uniform dispatch. Copy that.
I'm just gonna go over here. People are getting in the way. Woo-wee. Alright. And this fire is quite a ways away. I'll tell you what, so whenever I'm driving, even as a fireman in the back seat, which is where the firefighter sits. So on the front you have your driver operator who drives.
Evacuation status of the house is still unknown, but the neighbors believe the homeowner may be trapped inside.
Uniform dispatch.
So your lieutenant sits in your officer, your company officer will sit in the front seat, and the front passenger seat. The driver will of course sit in the driver's seat, and then you typically have 2 firemen in the back seat. So you have 4 guys. So we call that like a 4-man company. And just being the fireman in the back, like seeing how a lot of these vehicles, some of these vehicles are pulling over, but like back there in the tunnel, like vehicles just stopping in the middle of the road, like that speaks very true to how people actually drive. You know, people just don't understand that you have to move to the right, especially when an emergency vehicle's coming. A lot of people just kind of panic and freeze.
Copy that. Marking info.
Dispatch to all units.
Let's get over here. So this seems to be where it wants me to park. Alright, I'm here.
Man, we've got electrical
All
fire
right.
being relit by sparks. Find a fuse box. Cut the power.
Copy that. I'll do a 360 check. Doing a 360 check. The front door is
Alright.
locked.
Front door locked.
360 check. There are fires in the front room.
Alrighty.
360 check. There's a locked door at the rear of the house. Command. I found a survivor.
So now we know we have a victim. We have a victim, a locked door, and a fire.
360 check complete.
The attack line is ready to go, boss.
So we get this guy open.
Fire line's ready to go, boss.
We have a supply line. We're gonna take this guy right here. We're gonna go up here, we're gonna do this first. We're gonna bust out this door. Here we go. Get low. Start looking for our victim.
Let's get that fire out.
Incapacitated victim in bedroom. Here they are.
Man, I found a survivor.
And time to get him on out of here. So typically what this would be the job of the truck company. What I'm doing right here. Coming in and getting the victim. So these guys right here in this truck, ladder 1, they would, at least for my department, they would be the ones assigned to search and rescue. And they would be going in and searching for victims, while the engine company, which is who I came in on, would be worrying about getting the fire out. So there's the victim. Now we gotta turn off the electricity. Means I need to go find a fuse box on the outside. Typically it's going to be a fuse box on the outside of the structure for turning off electricity. It may end up having to be inside. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to go inside. This guy's putting a good knock on the fire right here. I just walked in front of the nozzle. That would not go good for me. Alright, let's close this door. Trying to have fire spreading. Give this a quick check. Nope. Alright, so I'm going to close this door. Thing with fire is it will look for ways to escape wherever it's at. Right here. Disconnect electricity. Boom. And now this guy has this hose line. I'm going to run out here. I'm going to take a second hose line. No, I don't want the supply. Put my attack. Okay. I'm connecting my attack line. Now, I have a nozzle? It doesn't have a nozzle on it. Here we go. There we go. Now we're good. Now let's take this thing over here. Can I tell you to do something? Give you the nozzle. Go. Go take care of that. Now you he's gonna go in there, start putting a knock on the fire with his companion there. And they're both just gonna stand there and do the same thing. Well, I will go ahead. Oh, I have to make the connection first. So, these little troughs right here, these little trays, those would be for our pre-connects. So we would actually already have a hose line like this connected. And all you'd have to do is come up to the side of the engine, pull it off that trough, and you can go straight to fighting fire. All you have to do is tell your driver that you're ready for water. Oh, fast mission time expired. Now we're going to go ahead and start making a push into here. We got 3 hose lines in here now. Start hitting this edge here. These guys hit that. So for the room and contents fire like this, it would typically only take 1 hose line unless you start getting fire in the attic space. So the attic is kind of one of those open attics or big attic, and it allows the fire to spread through there. Then you can end up getting fire through the rest of the house, and that's something you definitely don't want to have. So since we closed those other doors, we know that the fire is going to stay pretty much in this one area. It's not going to want to move anywhere else. I'm going to move in a little more. Start hitting this a little more. Those guys have got that right there. Hitting all this, hitting all this. Just have to aim at the little flame icons. Honestly, I'm having a blast with this right here. I'm honestly having a lot of fun. So structure fires are essentially like firemen's Super Bowls, you know, like football players, professional football players, they go through a whole season, you know, working their butt off, you know, training, playing hard, all season long to get to a Super Bowl, you know, or if you're a baseball fan, you know, getting to the World Series, you know, like this is our Super Bowl, our World Series, you know, because we train and train on these scenarios. So when they finally come up, it's, you know, we get amped up, you know, because this is what we've been trained for. This is what we've been practicing for, you know. This is our moment to go and put all that work to use, you know, get all that, everything that we've trained for, put it into action and be able to help people. So it looks like We're getting a pretty good knock on this. Once I actually get the hose line on some of these little flame icons. Alright, looks like we only have the one room now. Alrighty. What does my command wheel do? So see, it gave me that warning. Fire spreads, a closed door will keep fire from spreading. So this is that kitchen that we poked our head into earlier. But the fire was actually in the dining room still. So where I messed up is I didn't close that door. It's like I was talking about earlier, you know, fire's gonna find a pathway to get more oxygen. So see, this is that door that I closed earlier. So see, if I open this door, takes me right out to where I was before. Alright, not a bad level. Alright, not a bad level. Looks pretty good. Batten down the hatches unlocked, burning news unlocked. So that's how much water we use. 1,961 gallons. Typically a fire engine's only going to carry about 500 gallons. We got medium on both. Not bad. Alright. That was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that a lot. What's next? What is next on our fires? So what's this guy? Home crafting. We just did that one. Now what else do we have? Batten down the hatches. We got this one next. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this guy. Let's start this one up. We'll start mission anyway. Check out. Alright, just still have to use the Rosenbauer. I got Jack, Tom, and Bill. Alright, let's do this second mission. Oh, here we go. Alright, so let's do this. Right? Uh-oh. I think I forgot. Oh, emergency lights are J. U. There we go. Alright, now we're going.
Unit 1 to dispatch. You're en route to the scene.
Dispatch to Unit 1.
En route.
Acknowledged, Unit 1.
So typically, when you're going through driver training, they teach you that you can only go about 10 miles over the speed limit when you're running lights and sirens, or code 3 is what we call it. And for this game, I can't exactly control my speed too much. I just kind of have to press W and just go. So right now I'm kind of stuck behind the truck. And this situation happens. Oh my goodness. That is. Alright, this game doesn't portray traffic very well. Makes very tight areas, but I mean, you can run into that as a. Fire spreading to the third floor. That is not good. Not good at all. Oh man, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I wasn't sure if I was going to have a whole lot of fun with this game, but man, I am enjoying this a lot. Especially like, you know, if you see that column, like if you're going to a fire and you see that column, you know it's a good fire, it's gonna be a big one, and you're gonna put in a lot of work for it. Oh, I may have just missed my turn. Will it guide me another way over there? Yeah. Figured. I was looking at the map and I'm like, I think there's another way for me to get over there. I need to look outside. So typically I'm able to see all my mirrors and I'm able to see how much of a turn I have. But the angle I have in that driver's seat is not the most optimal. Stop at each intersection, make sure all cars stop, and then you can proceed. And this thing is picking up speed just about how a typical fire engine would pick up speed. It's gonna take it a minute just because it has so much weight, so much water, tools, equipment, you know, carrying firemen around. Like, it's gonna be hard for this thing to get up and go. But once this thing gets going, it is a pain to stop. Because again, with the weight, it's a heavy machine you're trying to stop, you know. And right here, you'd probably have to stop like way back here. This game actually does pretty good about stopping this thing, surprisingly. And I still ended up in front of the truck. So that's the thing with these fire engines. Engines can move a lot faster than trucks can. Trucks are a lot heavier, you know, like you've seen, you know. These things have a giant ladder on the top. They have even more equipment and tools. They are just massive machines. The actual trucks are. And these fire engines, or pumpers, is what I'm driving right now. These are still really heavy, but they're a lot more maneuverable and they're a lot faster. Kill my siren. Ooh, right there. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go right here. Definitely losing points for these traffic accidents. E, exit. Alright, let's go in here and look for our victims. This guy's doing his 360. Alright, I'm getting a little 360 of the place done, looking at everything. On a 360, you just kind of want to see what you have, what you're up against, what you got to fight against. You know, you got bars on windows, like what do you have, you know? What are you? Okay, you got a hose line. Go do that. Take your hose line in. Go. You go do that. What are you doing? You. I can give you a command. So I can tell him to go get a prying tool. He's got a hose line. He follows me. Electricity's been turned off. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go get a tool too. I need a tool. So with this, like as a company officer, like you're gonna want to start assigning guys. Like, you know, some guys are gonna be going in and fighting the fire. Other guys are gonna be going in and. Alright, so I'm gonna breach the window here, jump in, carry my victim here. I'm gonna jump back out, traverse the window with my victim. I'm going to use my ladder to get down with my victim, and I'm going to take her over here. Hopefully these guys are putting out fire. Oh, he's still following me. Oh, dang it. Okay. You. support that. Swap nozzle. Give me this. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna go fight. Come on. So these guys are all essentially following me right now. So I'm going to go in here and start fighting this fire. It is insane how long this hose line can stretch. We need to get in here and we need to start putting fire out, because this fire is just going to spread and it's going to get worse and worse and worse for us. So until we put a stop to it, things are not going to end well for us. Unconscious victim in the bathroom, victim trapped in the kitchen. Well, kind of hard for us to get to any of these places when we have fire impinging on us. So, especially when you have your truck company or guys trying to go in and search for victims, like if you have a lot of heat, you have a lot of fire, like it's gonna make life really, really hard to manage. Now, just kind of getting your hose line, getting in here, kind of taking care of this entranceway so you can have guys start to push in more. Now with this fire essentially busting out windows, it's just giving it more oxygen to survive. So the more oxygen you allow this thing to get, the more it's going to want to build and just come back at you, and it's just going to make life worse and worse and worse for you. Honestly, for this one, I'm going to give this dude this, and he is going to fight this fire. No, don't follow me. Okay, he's staying there. Good. No, don't. What are you doing, man? Oh boy, I'm gonna get another hose line. I'm gonna give it to that guy. Alright, got this. Now I need to go over here, get to this guy. See you. Swap with the axe. He's gonna go do his nozzle thing. I'm gonna come back over here. I'm going to take another attack line. I'm going to couple this here. Connect. And I'm going to go and fight this fire. Because we need more hose lines on this fire. There we go. Now I've got two guys in here on a hose line right now. About to have three. So we're going to get low. We're going to start hitting this fire. And we're going to start putting a good dent in it. That's one thing that does take some getting used to with this game is the, I'd say, I don't know what you'd really call it. I'd say like the command structure of it, I guess. Having to figure out how you're gonna guide your guys in the game, like how to figure out what to do to get them to do exactly what you need them to do. So let's get this so we can start. moving up through here. Start putting this out. Start hitting all this. Knocking all this back. Get this out of here. Knock you back. Knock you all back. Knocking all this back. Flashlight. Knock all this fire back. There we go. Now we're starting to knock it back a little bit. Mainly just trying to find these little fire icons so you can put your hose line on it. There we go. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting it. We're doing good now. So in order to really complete the objective of looking for these victims, like, we gotta knock this fire back first, because if we don't knock this fire back first, it's gonna be a danger for everybody else. The fire will just come after us and make life really hard. Take all this fire out from this floor here. There we go. There we go. Push down this hallway. Start hitting this. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Close this door. Do not want fire getting into that room. That looked like a bedroom over there, so in case there's any victims in there, you don't want them. Where's that door? Let's check in here real quick. Yep, we have a victim. So I'm gonna switch to carrying this victim. And make my way out of here. Get him out of here. Don't know who this guy is. I haven't been able to give a command to this guy yet. I may just send him in as like the third nozzleman. Here we go. And there's the victim. That was the victim in the bathroom. Now we have a victim trapped in the kitchen. So for you, I'm going to give you the nozzle. You go do your thing in there. Alright, he's going to do his crab walk all the way over there. And I am going to go find this victim in the kitchen. End up being here. Okay, so breach window, traverse, door's closed, so she's gonna be okay. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna traverse the window. Getting this victim out of here. Come on, bud. Get on over here now. Okay. So victim away here. Victim is safe. Alright. Now, that's done. I'm going to quit my attack hose now. I'm going to... Do this, connect to tack line, come back here, equip my last nozzle, couple these together, and now let's go fight fire with these guys. Got 3 guys in here on hose lines, and now I'm about to go be a 4th. Alright, let's get it done. Let's get the last bit of this fire taken out. So this is definitely something you want to look out for. Fire that's going to be back behind you. So that's kind of why each hose line is going to kind of have the backup man. So they can essentially be like, hey, you got fire behind you. Because once fire kind of gets behind you, then you're going to get surrounded, and you do not want to get surrounded by fire. You want to keep the fire that you're fighting in front of you. If it starts to get back behind you, it could get deadly real quick. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. We're getting this fire out now. So it looks like this room is good. I'm gonna close this door so we don't have anything else in here. I'm gonna kind of push past these guys and get into this. Looks like they're getting a good knock on that little area, so I'm gonna push into this little room here. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna push into this room here a little bit. Oh yeah, this is a bathroom. That's not good. That got hot real quick. So, I'm getting all these. Knocking out the fire in the roof here. Now we can get in here, start actually fighting the fire. So those fire on these corners was getting us a lot. You know, you try to push in and get some headway on the fire, and it gets away from you. So we still have fire somewhere. Right here. So everybody's doing a pretty good job, working like a team here. Here we go. I think we still got fire somewhere. Alright. All fires that have been taken care of. We're going to pop open this door. We're going to make our way back outside. That was a long fire. Sorry it took me so long to figure out how to direct people. Kind of weird how to direct people in this game. Wildfire Park. Alright. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for me today, folks. That was Firefighting Simulator, the Squad. That was the first 2 missions plus the tutorial. I'm definitely gonna do a second episode of this. I really love this game. This is a lot of fun. I'll definitely do another episode of this. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. And everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.